Yeah, man. You were saying outside, like this long distance, just trust me, it's fucking not easy. It really isn't.
Yeah.
Having been through it multiple times, it's just fucking, it stacks up. And when they're not, when your significant other hasn't dealt with the same things, like they haven't been away from home for a year and a half or 2 years on another country, or even just at school, they don't realize that like this amount of fucking stress that gets put on us is something that they can't really relate to, and then they try to, and it just gets worse. It's just fucking, it turns into this whole thing.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty brutal. I mean, I don't know, I'm just sick of constantly, like, going through the same thing every single week.
Yeah.
Same thing every single week, the same exact issue that we have. It's drawn out, it's just depressing. You just kind of want to do your own thing, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this is something I can really relate to. It's not easy, it never will be. Spending months at a time away from whoever you're with tends to get taxing. Like, it's just going to be like that. There's nothing you can really do about it other than accept the fact that you're separated and make the best of it.
Yeah, 100%.
Do the fucking little FaceTime dates and all that other shit. It's just, I don't know. All right, let me kick this. Gotta situate myself. Howdy ho, howdy hey, welcome back. It's another week. The coffee is still not coffee. It's what do we got? Proper 12 Irish whiskey. Dude, I'm telling you, if I was sponsored, I would hope it would be that sponsor, because I was in San Diego for Thanksgiving, and one of the girls that lives in the house I was staying in, she's Irish, Scottish, I don't know, something. But she's not from Europe, her family is, and she just kind of says she is. But she's real big into Irish whiskey. And I made the change from Jameson to this because I got a bottle, and I was like, oh, I'll just drink Jameson. Because I had Maker's Mark, which I'm a fan of. Jack is an obvious go-to because a lot of bars, they'll pick Jack over any other real whiskey. It's an American-made kind of thing. And then Jameson. Jameson's the third whiskey we'll usually drink. It's either Jameson and Coke, Jack and Coke, or a Maker's Mark straight. Which is just, that sounds bad, but I'll drink like 3 fingers of Maker's Mark, and people just kind of like, what the fuck?
Well, you know what's crazy? I mean, my thought about Proper 12, you know, especially with it being a new whiskey within the past couple of years, how it's kicked off based off of, you know, Conor McGregor and the UFC, how they promoted the whiskey so hard.
It's so smooth. Like Jameson, it's got a little bit of a bite to it, which it's about, I think let me look it up so I'm not saying something that isn't true. Let's see. Look up the alcohol content for Jameson. But yeah, it's the same. It's the same alcohol content. It's basically the same bottle, except this is Proper 12 and that's Jameson, and it's smoother.
Yeah.
And I love it. I'm just gonna go with Blake. It's easier. We got Blake here on the show, roommate, co-worker.
How's it going, everybody?
Yeah, we're fuck everybody else. It's just me. No, but yeah, Jameson. If I could get sponsored by anybody, it'd be Proper 12. Hey, Proper 12. Help me out. I need new mics.
For real. I mean, I don't know. I've always kind of leaned towards Scotch, you know. Oh
yeah, speaking of that Scotch that I had in here the other day. Not great.
Really?
Was not impressed.
You gotta try the Belvini, dude. That stuff's good.
I had a lot of Bullen. I was so excited to try it because one of my favorite shows is Parks and Rec, and Ron Swanson drinks it on the show. I was like, fuck yeah. This shit's gotta be good. No, not a fan. And I think it's just a flavor profile for me. I'm not real big into it.
I mean, some of it's just it tastes like you're drinking isopropyl alcohol.
That's exactly what it was. And I was just like, dude, this is not. It tastes like. It honestly tasted like somebody took a shot of whiskey and mixed it with pool water.
That's
and I was
disgusting.
like, damn, that's gross. I drank just drank it neat out of just a solo cup, and I was like, it'll be okay. I'll get enough of the flavor to understand.
The nice thing about Belvini though, it has like a little flavor profile of like vanilla to it,
Mm-hmm.
and it goes down really smooth. And I mean, you definitely get that good like solid flavor profile on the initial sip, and you get that harsh bite on the after sip. But I mean, that's with any Scotch or whiskey. You know what I mean?
I talk about it a lot. I was in the two alcohols that I realized that I really enjoyed were in that private bar in mainland Japan. I finished my hike and I came down and we met up with a guy named Bruce, who's a friend of who I was hiking with. I was like, fuck yeah, let's go to the bar. I drank like 5 or 6 pints, and then they were like, yeah, we've got this private bar that they do what I think they're called million yen clubs, where you pay 1,000,000 yen, which is like $100,000 or something. I don't really know, and you drink all night, and it's for Japanese celebrities. The guy that runs it's Korean, and it was this place is fucking amazing. He gave me 2 drinks on the house that I really enjoyed. It was a shot of Don Julio, the $500 bottle, which already I was like, damn, I can't afford this. He was like, it's on the house. I was like, all right. He gave me a shot of that, and which is just so good. I think I had it with an orange slice instead of like a lime.
Yeah.
And I didn't even need it. It was so smooth and just fucking that perfect tequila flavor.
Yeah.
And then he gave me Chivas Regal. And it was one of the I don't know much about that one, but it was one of the higher end ones, and it was fucking good.
I don't know, man. I don't think you can compare with the old reliable Patron.
Yeah, Patron gets me in trouble, man. And if I drink too much, I'll start doing some weird shit. Not anything too terrible, it's just rough nights. If I start drinking Patron, if somebody's like, hey, let's go take shots, and they bust out the Patron, I'm like, all right, it's just kind of take it easy tonight, though. 1 or 2 shots and we'll be fine. And then like 17 later, you're like on the floor dancing, trying to do break dancing in fucking jeans and boots.
What's that singer? You and Tequila Make Me Crazy. Who sings that?
You and Tequila Make Me Crazy? Yeah, I know Tequila makes her clothes fall.
Tequila makes me crazy.
Oh, fuck. Let me look it up. This is a benefit of having 2 screens. I wish.
Kenny Chesney.
Yeah, there it is.
Hell yeah.
With Grace Potter.
Yep.
I wish I had a camera and a fucking like whole nother monitor and like a whole big setup to do this.
Yeah.
But this works great. I love doing this.
Yeah, I mean it's a good setup,
And I can do so many other things. It's not like I have to dedicate this strictly to. Like if I had a studio with cameras and good microphones, because by no means are these bad. I mean, they have good sound quality and they transfer and they catch pretty much everything.
Yeah.
But if I had like high-end microphones and auxiliary boards and all that other
software,
dude, I'd have to have a whole fucking studio, and I'm not sponsored, so there's no chance that happens.
The Proper 12, man.
Who knows?
Conor McGregor.
Maybe the man will fucking help me out. That would be crazy.
That would be insane.
I'd 100% get this tattoo on my chest. That little
100%.
Tiger.
Just like Conor McGregor, get it from like the middle of his chest up to.
Oh, I'd have to get it on my belly because all the fucking other ideas, or just cover this whole side with it.
Yeah, or shit. What is it? Conor McGregor, he has the monkey that crawls.
Yeah, it's the gorilla, and the crown comes up on his neck and shit.
That shit looks dope.
Yeah.
He's got some beautiful tattoos.
I don't like when this is kind of what I want to talk about. Tattoos, and I was telling you the other day, tattoos have been really the main thing that have kept me sane.
Yeah.
Like, I get to, I draw my own, and I have all these ideas, and people ask me to draw. tattoos, and I have to stick kind of strictly to that American traditional style because that's what I know and that's what I enjoy drawing.
Yeah.
And his tattoos fit into that, but I hate seeing when people just fucking copy and paste. Like they just get the same tattoo as somebody else.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I can't blame them because that tattoo's pretty fucking cool, but have some originality to it.
If you're gonna get a copy and paste tattoo of Conor McGregor's tattoo, and you don't perform like Conor McGregor, you don't deserve to wear that tattoo.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I can't bash on them too hard. I have a copy paste tattoo on my back, and it's it's a very big tattoo, but it's got my own little flares to it, and it is what it is. Like yes, 100% it's a copy and paste tattoo. But all of my other tattoos are original, and they're things that I've drawn and I've come up with. And, they're not the greatest. Like my chest, I'm getting it covered up. But, like, I came up with that, and I translated it, and I did all that stuff.
I mean, I don't know. Like, going back to the Conor McGregor example with the tattoos, I mean, I personally don't think that his pieces themselves are, like, copy and paste for him. I feel like the people who copy his tattoos and try to get the same tattoo, I don't think it matches. I mean, I think he turned his tattoo into a brand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I like I said, I can't hate on those people too much because I have a copy and paste tattoo. And if you like it, man, fucking get it.
Oh, 100%.
Who cares? It's your tattoo. It's your body. Your body's a temple. But do what you want to it. It's your body. Who gives a fuck?
I mean, I think like there could be some sort of criticism that could come into play though. Like, for example, you get the gorilla, on your chest, same spot as like Conor McGregor or something. You're out walking the beach. I mean, you can't expect to not get
somebody's gonna notice.
Someone's gonna notice, and someone's either gonna, talk about it among their friends or whatever, and be like, look at this fucking guy. Look at this loser copying, Conor McGregor or something like that. But I mean, I don't disagree with, I mean, there's a lot of people who have tattoos that are the same. I mean, a lot of tattoos, some people like really simple tattoos that are just fairly common.
Fucking infinity sign little white girls get, by no means is that a bad tattoo. It's simple, it's easy, and it means something to you.
Yeah.
But, like, do something to make it not like every other fucking white girl's tattoos.
Yeah.
Which, if you want it, you just want that little infinity sign on your wrist, girl, go get it. Do what you want. Like, it's the same thing. Your body's a temple. Do what you want to it.
I saw, it was a picture, speaking of the infinity tattoo, I saw a picture of somebody with, like, an infinity tattoo, but they love to travel, and they had it with their boyfriend or whatever, and they had the same one, but instead of it just being the infinity, it was like an airplane flying along the infinite tracks, you know what I mean? Thought it was pretty cool. I mean, that is pretty cool. They added a little like unique piece to the tattoo.
My deal on matching tattoos, and this is something else I see a lot. People get their boyfriend's name or their fucking fiance or their husband or whoever's name or initials. More times than not, you go back to that artist within the next couple of months and you're like, hey, I need to get this covered up. Yeah, and if you do this massive tattoo on your forearm, I've seen it quite a few times. This massive tattoo on your forearm, and you fucking 6 months later you're not with that person. That's a big ass cover up. That's a whole ass sleeve.
Yeah, I would never get a tattoo with somebody else's name. That's like my number one tattoo rule. I feel is because I mean for example like you break up, you get divorced, you end up not really liking that person anymore. I understand to a certain degree if it's like a loved one who passed away or something like that, if it's what you really want. But going back to what I was saying before, you can integrate something that, I mean, obviously if you get someone's name on your arm, someone's going to look at that and they're going to be like, oh, who is that, right?
Yeah.
But if you get something with like a little bit more of a story, like I know a person who got a tattoo of the autism puzzle piece because their brother passed away and he had autism, and they got the puzzle piece on their arm as like a reminder. So it kind of gives a little bit more of a story to it. It's kind of like
it's not just a name.
It's just not just a name because then they're like, well, who is that?
Yeah, I can understand. Like I 100% agree with people getting their mom or their fucking their brother, sister, child, something like that. Somebody who's never gonna be not that to you, but significant other isn't on that list.
Yeah.
I know a guy. I met him in Japan, and I only met him briefly because it was a kind of a pass and go. I saw his tattoos. I was like, oh, those are cool. I'm thinking of doing this, this, and this. And I didn't have. I think I had my shoulder done. And that was it.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything else. And it was, it was just. He was like, yeah, you should see this one. And he had down his ribs were names. And I was like, oh, who are those? He's like, ex-girlfriends. Not even married, just ex-girlfriends. I'm like, why aren't they like blacked out or something? Because what he was doing is it's kind of that you see a lot of it in the writing that I do for my tattoos. It's that kind of, I don't know, American traditional kind of script that people see. It's just the capital letters with an extra line that kind of emphasize a certain point in that letter. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It was all those, except he would just take a line, a big, thick, black line, so you could still read the name and go through it. Yeah, he was just crossing them out. He was at like 9. I'm like, dude,
awesome.
are you ever gonna fucking cover those up? He was like, yeah, probably eventually, but not right now.
That's funny. See that?
He's like, it's easier just to put a line through it and then have a funny story. Like, oh, haha, yeah, they were this to me, and I said, fuck them.
See, at that point, I think it's just a waste of money on a tattoo.
Yeah, I mean, like I said,
I get it. You get into a relationship and you're like, oh, I'm gonna be with this
they're
person
the
forever.
one, and then
But
6 months later, you're like, fuck this bitch, she's fucking crazy.
Yep,
It's one of those things, man.
I totally agree with you, man.
I'll never hate on anybody's tattoos. Your tattoos are your tattoos. I love shitty tattoos too. Like you see those fucking, oh, I did it at home, and you're like, yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, I can tell.
You're like, fuck, that's bad. And some people do tattoos and they're fucking great. My dad, he's got around where my thigh tattoo is, he's got one on each leg. For my sister and mine's zodiac symbol. So mine's Sagittarius. He's got it on his right leg, I think. Hers is something else, but it's the I don't know anything about him. So he's got the other one on his other leg, and he did those. I'm pretty sure he told me he blacked those in himself, and like did the whole tattoo almost himself.
No shit.
I'm like, damn, that's pretty fucking cool. Like they look
cool.
good, and they're they're fucking 5, 6 years old. They gotta be older than that though. I was fairly young when he got them, but he's got 4, and that was it. He was like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah.
And he wants to get one more with me. I think I was telling you the skin tags, the dog tags on your wrist. Which I get. I'm fucking 100% down. I just don't like those realism tattoos. They just don't like. I was telling you, a girl I was talking to was like, yeah, can you draw this for me? I was like, no, it's realism. I can't do that. I have zero skill to draw that detail.
Yeah.
There's no chance. American traditional, neo-traditional, old school tattoos like that, even new school, I can do, and it looked fairly good, but the artist is obviously going to have to redraw it to make it look, tattooable.
Yeah, I totally.
Because my lines shake and my fucking hands shake and shit like that, but I don't know. People ask me, and they're like, hey, what do you think of this one? I'm like, yeah, it's cool. Not my style. And they take that as, I don't like your fucking tattoo.
Yeah.
I like it. It's just not for me.
Yeah, no.
It's just not my kind of tattoo.
Yeah, I've always thought of it as like, would you, if you were to take a picture of that tattoo, right, you were to put it on your desk, and look at that tattoo every day for a year, would you get sick of it? Or would you continue to like it? Now, if I continue to like it, then I'll get it tattooed on me.
Yeah.
But if I'm like, after a year, kind of got cold feet on that tattoo,
yeah,
I'm not gonna get it because once it's on your body, it's on your body.
Yeah.
Either you're gonna get it covered up, or you're gonna go through like laser removal, which is like
worse.
Thousands of dollars.
I've been told multiple times. I've never gotten laser done, but I've been told multiple times that getting lasered is way worse than getting tattoos.
Oh, I believe it.
Even cover-ups suck because you got to think. I mean, that tissue's already.
Yeah, you got scar tissue underneath that skin.
Even getting scars tattooed I have scars all over me from fucking random things. And I think I've only had one of them. I think it was in this one, actually, on my thigh. I had just a random scar from fucking getting caught on something and it cut me. And when he went over it, because there's a lot of deep color in that one.
Yeah.
When he went over it, I was like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And I was kind of just like, damn, that fucking hurt.
Yeah, I mean...
Because the skin's, it's really sensitive.
Yeah.
It's weird. Tattoos are fun, though. I don't know. They're a commitment. Speaking of, commitments are fucking weird.
Yeah.
I've never been good at them. I'd love to... I think of Sunny the other day, and I say this all the time. I feel like in my everyday life, you really wouldn't be able to tell, just me as a person. With hearing the things I've done and the things I've been a part of and the wild fucking stories I have from 2.5 years of living in another country, you know, like I don't think anybody ever really pegs me when they see my truck and I've got a motorcycle and I wear cowboy boots every day. They don't peg me as a person that would just fucking like cuddle up next to somebody for the rest of their life and just lay there.
Yeah.
But I am. I'm really affectionate. The people who are close to me know, and they've seen it. But I'll fucking collapse in somebody's arms if there's a slightest chance that I can.
100% the same way. I don't know, when it comes down to commitment, like, you have to really be committed to what you're committing to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, whether it's a person, whether it's, you know, a job, whether it's a hobby, you can't just be like, oh, I'm partially committed to doing that because...
Maybe I'll fall in love with it.
Because it's, you know, even if you bring it back down to, like, a sports level, like, if you're semi-committed to a sport, but you're not fully committed, you will never be the best. That's the same with, like, a relationship,
You'll be
too.
mediocre the entire time.
If you're not 100% committed to a relationship, you're not going to have the best relationship, you know? You'll have a mediocre, average relationship, I mean...
I think I realized that when I was fairly deep into playing football. I had been playing since 3rd grade. I think it was around 8th grade. I was like, man, I don't fucking play this shit anymore.
Yeah.
Constantly sore. I'm constantly hurting. And I think this is where people re-find their love for things. Because I re-found my love for football. And I was a freshman in high school. I got to a school that I just changed schools. And I had gotten to a school that actually gave a shit. And they wanted me to push myself. Mm-hmm. And I like all these stretch marks you see on my legs, they've healed now. But the ones on my arms and my belly and everything else, they're from that summer of fucking, I went from, I think I was like 160 something to 200 pounds.
Damn.
Just about 200 pounds. And I would fluctuate between like 180 something, 185 and 200. And my lifts went up, I soared. I just made this gigantic jump. I got faster, stronger, quicker. You know, I could run for farther, and I could do more. And I was like, damn, this is what happens when people care.
Yeah.
And I fell in love with it. And I think to a point, you can do that with everything. I think there was a time where a lot of people know I'm divorced. I'm 21, which is wild to me. To a lot of people, they're like, oh, how old are you? And they expect me to say like 27. I'm like, nope, 21. And I'm like, really? I'm like, yeah, I hate my life. But there was a time where I had to re-fall in love with my ex-wife. And it was about a year in. I was like, man, I don't want to fucking be in this relationship. It's just not working. And then, you know, obviously it didn't end up working in the future, but we spent 4 years together.
Yeah.
And I haven't had a relationship like that since. Through good times and the bad, there was always somebody there for me.
Yeah.
And that's what really made me realize it. And I'm not the best person to speak on relationships because I'm not very good at them. But like that showed me a lot. You can try to make things work and you can try to make things go the way you want them to, but if they're not going to happen, they're not going to happen. That's fate, dog. You're not going to get out of that shit.
See, that's another thing that comes down to, like, the commitment side of things. It's like, if you're willing to be committed to me, I'm willing to be committed to you. But if I'm starting to get that vibe that you don't seem very committed to me, then I'm going to kind of back up. I'm a very independent person. Mm-hmm. Like, I live my own life by myself. I pay my own bills. I do my own thing.
I wipe my own ass.
is. You know, like I don't need somebody. Would I love to have somebody? Hell yeah. You know, are you willing to make that commitment? I'm not saying put a ring on it. You know what I mean?
I don't think, along with it, I don't think anybody needs anybody. Like, if you really wanted to, you could do what you want. There's certain people.
There's some people that constantly need that relationship.
I would say a lot of people don't really need anybody else. They can pay their own bills. They can do what they want.
Yeah.
But they want it.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at now because, it's been 2 years almost? I think 2 years.
Shit gets lonely, man.
It's not necessarily lonely. Like, I've had plenty of escapades and fucking quote-unquote relationships and, halfway committed deals. But, yeah, I mean, I'd love to have somebody that could just fucking, like, be there.
Yeah. I totally agree.
And I've had friends like that. I've had friends that are just there. And I'm like, you know what? I appreciate you.
Yeah. Totally feel the same way, man. I mean, especially with, some of the relationship struggles I've been having recently. Just hopping on Call of Duty with the boys or, texting the guys from back home. Because, I mean, it's tough, especially when you go from seeing your friends every single day, to, not seeing your friends for, year, plus on end.
Oh, trust me. I'm at, 3.5 years, and I haven't seen people I grew up with, and shit, it's been longer than that. Because as soon as we graduate, everybody goes their own way.
Yeah.
And I still try to keep in touch with them. A lot of my friends have had kids, and they're married, and they were all excited when I got married, and they were all there when I got divorced. But I haven't seen them and been able to give them a hug in fucking years.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like everybody really does go down their own separate path. And was this the path that, I necessarily wanted to take? I mean, at the time, I was in high school. I was like, all gung-ho and everything. And as soon as that, you cross that level of, graduating high school to being, like, on your own as an adult.
Yeah.
Really smacks you in the face, and that's the difference between me compared to a lot of the people from back home is they're still living with mom and dad. Mom and dad are still paying their groceries, their phone bill, their internet, their cars, etc.
At what point do you think somebody becomes an adult?
I think somebody becomes an adult when they start fucking taking care of themselves. Start paying their own bills, putting their own food on the table, paying for their own car.
I would the only thing I'd have to disagree, because I own 3 vehicles right now, and I've paid for every single one of them myself. Mm-hmm. My motorcycle, I got some help, but I've paid and done everything to it myself.
Yeah.
But, I'm still on my dad's insurance, and he helps me out with that. It's not that I don't consider my adult, because there's a couple bills I don't pay, because I work my ass off. I pay most of my own bills. I do my own work, and I support myself to a point. Like, obviously I don't pay for fucking.
Yeah.
Technically I do pay for fucking living. It's just, I'll never see it. So I'm not really worried about it. I pay for my own food to a point. Obviously that comes out of our paycheck and just goes to fucking chow hall. But, I think anybody that can, for the most part, do things on their own. I think for the most part, it's a big part of that, because there's certain things that I know quite a few people that they have 2 kids and they don't have a significant other, and no matter what job they get, they can't support 2 kids. So they live with their parents. And it's not that I don't think they're adults. I think they're fucking exceptional, being able to take care of 2 other human beings. But, like, you don't pay your own bills, so...
Now, do I definitely think that there's some adults that should be classified as children? Hell yes.
Fuck yeah. There's quite a few people we work with I think should be classified as children.
100%.
If I have to hold your fucking hand to make sure you don't get in trouble every weekend, like, are you really an adult? If somebody has to constantly be like, hey man, what are you doing? You in fucking San Diego? And people who listen to this that know, that bitch is really pissing me off.
Yeah. I mean, I think...
David, you fucking dickhead.
I mean, I think some people shit, become fucking adults when they're, 15, 16, whatever age it is. I know kids that I went to school with that got a job when they were 13 years old to put food on their table because their parents didn't have enough money to, pay for, their utility bills and their mortgage and things like that and still be able to put food on the table. I think certain situations like that, yeah, that shit can determine whether or not you're a fucking adult or you're still a child, you know what I mean?
I think so. By no means is it a stop story. At 14, I had 4 different things I was doing, 4 different jobs, quote unquote. You can't really get paid like everybody else when you're 14, but
Yeah.
I was cleaning pools and doing yard work and doing what I could. I was working construction with my dad for free so we could afford to, get jobs done faster. And by no means did I have it the worst off because most of the time I had lights and water. There was those times where we didn't have lights, we didn't have water, we barely made, and that was just to barely make the house payment. We were fucking struggling for years. I would shower at school before and after school just so, I didn't stink. And I would, fucking wash my clothes in the sink and do shit like that. So I've been through it, and I took care of my 3 younger siblings when I lived with my biological mom. Since I was, it was 9, 10. She would have to work during the day, and then my stepdad would work nights, but she had to sleep or she'd be working late or whatever. So I had to make dinner and breakfast and get them to school and make sure they were dressed before they left. There was those times, man. I've been through that shit.
I've always been a little bit of a paper chaser, I by no means grew up in a rough household. My parents are still together. We always had electricity. We always had food on the table. But I always would take the shittiest job possible because they always paid damn well. And I would, I had to work hard for my money because I like to spend my money. I'm a big spender, I remember it was my junior year summer of high school. I was working on a fishing boat 7 days a week, 10 hours a day. Making that summer alone, I made $10,000 in my junior year of high school in one summer, which is 2 months.
Yeah.
That's damn good money. That's damn good money. But I busted my ass. I had no free time. I had no girlfriend that summer. I was taking all that money, pocketing it, straight pocket because I didn't have any bills at the time, And then, I wanted to be stupid and, do stupid shit and get in trouble and fucking pay my way out of everything, So, but
I've been fortunate enough. Sometimes I get to start stories and I'm like, damn, should I? Because I don't really know who listens to this. I kind of have an idea because what fucking every episode gets 9, 10 viewers or whatever, 7, 8 maybe. So I don't really know who listens to them, but I know for the most part. And disclaimer, I'm not the best person, as I'm sure a lot of people can fucking say. I've been in handcuffs quite a few times, whether it be for fights or fucking whatever else, and being lucky enough to have gotten off with that stuff with no charges, not even going to the station. They're just like, hey, stop being shitheads.
Yeah.
Go home. And then we go home.
Yeah.
I think the worst one the only one I've ever been caught doing was because my fucking ex-wife's little sister, I was driving them around to egg people's houses and fucking go TP somebody's house.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny. The people that we were egging, I had no idea that they were home or that they fucking knew who it was. But I fucking speed off. Apparently they fucking recognized the car. And they showed up to the house because I was at my ex-girlfriend or my ex-wife's house. And they showed up to the house and they're like, hey, is so-and-so home? We didn't talk to her. The cops showed up and pulled her out of the house and was like, yeah, tomorrow you're going to go clean everything. And I fucking managed to get off with it. But my dad was like, dude, that was fucking stupid. But that's pretty funny. And he laughed with me about it because it was funny, man. It was funny.
Talking about that,
TPing in people's houses is the easiest form of prank. By no means do I condone it. but it's pretty fucking funny.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some pretty fucked up shit. Like, we had this kid in school who was just a complete dumbass. He would do stupid shit. I mean, granted, I wasn't the best kid in school. You know, my parents, you know, they put me through private education through like my middle school years, and then I ended up going to a tech high school. And I'm sure you can, I'm sure you know how rough tech schools are. They're filled with some pretty rough kids, you know.
Yeah.
So you know, I kind of, you know, I was a 3-season athlete, so I was more of like a jock at the school, and you just got away with a lot of shit, and a lot of shit that you normally would not get away with at like a normal school or anything like that. I mean, stories of like shitting in the urinals, like
that's disgusting.
Like some shitty shit, you know.
Yeah, no, so you know, my hometown is real big into football, and when I was in high school, if you could tell you were getting away with something if you had the Brownwood Lion. I kind of just exposed myself, but the Brownwood Lion on the back of your car, truck, whatever. And I had two, one on each side. I remember distinctly, we got chased down because we were playing truck tag. So whoever could get both people in the other truck won. It was the fucking most ridiculous thing. And I still remember who was playing. It was all but one. It was myself, my buddy Michael, my buddy Canyon, and one other person. And we're fucking hauling ass. We're fucking driving. Well, he was trying to catch me, and I turned down a dead-end road. And I knew it was a dead end. But I'm fucking going fast enough that I had enough time to whip around. I'm doing fishtails coming out this guy's driveway. He called the cops, and I didn't know. I come zooming out of this place, and I saw the lights. My buddy Michael did not. So I slowed down real fast and fucking just keep cruising. And the cop pulled him over. And he was like, hey, man, you gotta fucking slow down. You can't be coming down dead-end roads doing shit like this.
We had some...
Oh, I'm sorry.
We had some idiot kids. They were tailgate surfing. And the kid freaking fell off the back of the tailgate. Jesus. And he freaking smashed his head and started having a seizure and was like unconscious for a little while.
That's crazy.
And I was there, but I made sure I left really fast.
I remember
because I mean it was so like there was our school and then there was like a little parking ride like right next to the school. So any incidents that like happened regarding students at the parking ride would still fall under like disciplinary action from the school.
Yeah.
So like if you were being an idiot, so, you know, like tailgate surfing and you know fell off and cracked somebody's head, not only are you in trouble with the police, but now you're in trouble with the school.
Yeah.
I made sure I got out of there as fast as I could, man.
What are you doing?
I was like,
it was right around the time that that shit where making yourself pass out was cool.
What the hell?
I was like a sophomore or junior in high school, and he was like, I want to try and make myself pass out. I was like, I'm going to have no part of this.
Yeah.
But all the football players were like, yeah, do it. And I was kind of like, yeah, this would be pretty funny. I thought they were going to catch him. They didn't think that. So he fucking does a bunch of squats, and he fucking like gets in the chokehold, and I see his eyes close. I'm like, hey, let go of him. He's out.
Yeah.
They didn't catch him, and he goes fucking head first into the grass. Just fucking head hits the ground. He fucking rolls over and just starts like twitching. I was like, great, he's dead. We're all gonna die now. And I was like, yo, and I fucking slapped his side, and he woke up. And the first thing he goes is, who the fuck let me fall on my head? And I'm like, damn, that's their fault, man. I wanted no part of this.
Yeah,
this motherfucker, he was out too. I was like, damn, that's crazy.
I was, I think it was like sophomore year, still riding the bus. And we're getting on the bus after school, and this chick, she's in front of me. And she steps up on the stairs to get up on the bus, and she just fell straight back. And I'm like right behind her, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, are you okay? She just starts fucking seizing on the ground. I'm like, what the fuck do I do? Like, I didn't know what to do. So I'm like, yo, go get some help, you know?
Somebody save her!
She tried like swallowing her tongue while she was seizing.
Yeah, that's something they fucking. You can't stick your fingers in the mouth because people who are seasonal bite them off.
But yeah.
But a lot of people fucking stick a wallet in their mouth.
Yeah.
And fucking save their teeth because they'll fucking clench down so hard. A lot of times they'll break their teeth. That's what I was told, anyways. I'm not sure if that's true, but like soft leather wallets will keep them from breaking their teeth.
But man, that was scary. That was damn scary.
Yeah, I was at a pep rally, and I still remember her name's Rachel. And throughout, elementary school and up into middle school, I knew who she was, but I didn't really know her. And, we hide, crossing paths. I didn't really talk to anybody in middle school. I kind of got bullied. And I went about my life, did my own thing, didn't talk to anybody. But I remember, very vividly, right after I quit band in 8th grade, I think it was 8th grade, because I wasn't in the band anymore and they were down on the field. We were doing a pep rally, and the pep rally stops. Everybody's kind of freaking out. This whole group down to my bottom, down below me to the right on these concrete fucking bleachers was freaking out. And I was like, I wonder what's going on. What the fuck is that? And I kind of stand up and look down. I'm like, all right, I don't see anything. Apparently, Rachel was seizing. She was epileptic, or she is epileptic. But she was seizing, and nobody knew what the fuck to do, except for the campus cop, who I knew also very well. But he wasn't there, so they're freaking out. Luckily, they got her in a recovery position where you fucking, the arm and pillow and everything. Yeah. But they got her on her side, and she was okay. She's perfectly fine now. I see pictures of her on Instagram all the time, and but the fact that everybody just fucking panicked, nobody knew what the fuck was going on. They finally got the EMTs there. Everybody was just like, hey, go back to class. So we go back to class, and we found out later that she had a seizure. And we were like, Jesus, that's wild.
Shit is scary. Crazy. They are scary, especially when they start foaming at the mouth and shit.
Yeah, I've seen it once, in person right there. Yeah. And it was just, I was holding him right there just to fucking hold him so he didn't roll back on his back. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it took... I think that EMT was 5 minutes out when I had to start holding him, and then they finally showed up and they're like, move, and I fucking jump out the way and they take care of him. Yeah. And he's fine too. I've only seen one person die, and that was, partially his own mistake, but it still was kind of crazy. Yeah, man, that's something else. Along with commitments, life is fucking, can you commit to life? That's shit. I wish I could.
No.
Fuck that. I hate this shit. I can't say my life is that bad. I have a roof over my head. I have food. There's a lot of people who don't.
Today was pretty fucking bad.
I had on the opposite end, I had a pretty good day. I got my oil changed, my oil changed. I cleaned out my air filter, which was surprisingly fucking disgusting. I aired my tires up. I finally got that stupid fucking light off my dash. I cleaned my truck out. It was altogether a good day. But most of the days I've had here lately have been fucking shitty. I just go to work and come home. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be doing anything. I would much rather just sleep all day.
Literally today for me.
Yeah, you fucking got a car accident and then you fucking fraud on your card. Jesus.
Motherfucker backs up into my car in a Walmart parking lot.
That's just rough.
The only fucking damage on his car is a broken taillight, but I got $3,000 worth of damage to the back of my car.
That's why I buy old cars. I won't commit to a new car. But that is the real reason. That's why I drive a 2007 Tundra and a 2008 Triumph. Yeah. Because they're older, they're easier to fix, their parts are cheaper. And if it fucking breaks, oh well, I'll buy another one.
I don't know. I've always been kind of guy who, I like nice things. So if I have the money for them, I'm gonna buy them. That's
By
the
no
thing
means.
with my car. It's not trust me, it's not a Maserati or something like that. But it's still a nice car. It's new to me. It's a 2016, but
that's still new.
Yeah.
By my standards, my truck's fairly new, and it's fucking 13.
Yeah.
By no means is mine not nice. I got leather seats and heated seats and fucking, good AC, good heater, all the stuff that I look for. But it's not the nicest. And if somebody completely totaled it, Oh well.
I mean, it could have been a lot worse, but I mean,
Oh yeah.
I just think it's funny how like, bro, I have a fucking backup camera. Like, why would I willingly back up into your fucking car?
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. You told me about that, and I was like, how do you fuck that up?
I think it's pretty fucking wild that he only had a broken taillight, and I have literally like a couple $1,000s.
Why you buy old shit, man? That shit holds up.
Yeah, it was a fucking 2000 fucking Nissan Frontier with the steel bumper. That shit fucking destroyed my shit.
My 90 Chevrolet Silverado, I rolled that motherfucker through like 40 yards of barbed wire fence. It landed on its wheels, fucking slammed into a tree. It was like one roll, hit the wheels, fucking slid in the tree, and that was it. Luckily, I was wearing my seatbelt. I was perfectly fine. Airbags didn't go off, no glass shattered, and it really didn't even look like it rolled. It just looked like it slid down the hill. But I know for a fact I was upside down for a second. And I think I replaced a radiator. That was it. And it wasn't because it rolled. It was because some of the barbed wire came up and fucking hit it and poked a hole in it. But I was pulling T-post out of my bumper. I fucking ripped a bunch of barbed wire out from under it. I rebuilt the fence after I drove back over the barbed wire. Tires were fine. Everything was fine. Somebody here?
Yeah.
Go ahead, sit down. But yeah, tires were fine, everything. And that bitch just fucking a new radiator. That was it. Who is it? Who we got? Who's here?
It's
Rat Daddy. You got duty tomorrow?
Yeah, duty on Monday.
Oh, I was trying to knock on your door earlier to show you my club. Yeah, that was me.
Somebody did knock on my door. I'm like, fuck you knocking on my door?
I was standing outside your door with this fucking thing. For a lot of people who know me from my hometown, they know I have this because I made it. I made it on a lathe in wood shop, and I kept it in my truck forever. And I found it today, and I was like, I'm gonna go show him. While I was standing out in the hall, and I knocked on your door with it, like I was like, knock, knock, knock.
I said, what the fuck was that noise? I was playing Fortnite.
I figured because I could hear you in there, and I was like, I'm sure he's just fucking like streaming or something. But a kid walked by me, and I turned and pointed at it with it, and this dude, I've never seen more panic in someone's face. Just was like, oh my fucking god. And I was like, oh shit. I like put it beside my leg, and I was like, I think he's streaming. And I went back to the room. Yeah, this fucking kid. I think he thought I was about to beat the shit out of him with it, because he like looked at me and was like, oh no.
Dude, I've had a day.
Yeah, you.
Someone smoked the back of my car in the Walmart parking lot, and then
they think that.
And then someone stole my credit card information and started stealing a bunch of money out of my account.
Yikes.
That's rough. That's a rough day. I had a great day.
Look at this picture, dude.
Great day.
My boys, I'm probably dropping out of the plane right now, and I'm probably smacking it on the ground. CJ's probably like, Blaine, where are you?
Blaine, where'd you go? Dude, that shit's smooth. That proper 12? Like I said, proper 12. If you're fucking listening for some reason,
they hit you with
a truck.
Sponsor me. That's wild, right? That's rough.
The only damage to his car was a broken taillight.
He backed into you?
Yeah. Oh,
fucking thing.
How do you fucking do that? I know, like I have a hitch on my truck, and I've done it once. I got the hitch stuck under somebody's bumper, but I fixed it myself. Like it was the fucking plastic bumper. I've never had a serious accident. One, because I stop with plenty of fucking room, and two, because I pay attention to what's behind me. Like if I know you're there, I'm not gonna back out before you. I'm gonna pull up so you can get out of my way.
You want to see the even more wild thing? My car was still in the parking spot.
Yeah.
I literally put my car in reverse, right? Put my car in reverse. I start backing a little. I see this dude's backing out, so I stop. I'm looking at him on my backup camera, because I have a backup camera compared to his 2000 Nissan Frontier truck, which doesn't. And I stop, and this dude continues to barrel out, and then I'm like, fuck. Dude fucking smacked the back of my car, and then fucking put that shit in drive, and slammed on the gas and drove right back into his parking spot. Get in my car, I'm like, what the fuck?
Dude, come on.
I think it's funny. I think it's funny when people panic. Like they'll back into something and then they just fucking jet. They're out of there. I'm like, come on, you fucking know you did it. Come back here.
For real.
I'll fucking beat your knees in.
Pull out the Glock. You don't get that tires.
Dude, it was so bad. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I literally went to Walmart, got a couple of things.
He said, dude.
I was like, and then I looked up how much it cost for his taillight to get fixed. It's like $30. I'm like, my car's gonna cost me. I went and got a quote. It's gonna cost me like between $2,500 and $3,000 to get that fixed. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna call my insurance company.
Yeah,
That's 100% your
that's
fault.
tough.
Yeah, that's rough.
You guys have fun. Get fucked.
Have a good night, man.
Dude, fucking life is crazy. You know what isn't? You know what I wish? A lot of people have read that Ready Player One book. Oh, you good? Yeah, that shit got in your mouth?
Yeah.
That shit got me too. That's why I fucking wipe my whole mouth out. I was, the first time I read Ready Player One was around the time VR started to get real big. Like everyone was like fucking, everybody had VR. Some form, even if it was your phone and that little cheap ass YouTube shit that they fucking have.
Yeah.
Everybody had VR. And I read the book around that time. And I was like, damn, that's just not too unfeasible. They have servers like, what is it, EVE Online? That's the massive multiplayer fucking like, they can shoot each other with fucking spaceships and shit.
Oh shit, I've never
Yeah, it's a really cool idea. But it's not that far fucking off. Like this dude fucking, he puts on a headset, he gets on a little like, what does he call it? Fucking Omnitrack, some shit or another. But he can run, so he actually feels like he's doing this shit.
I've seen those. It's like the Oculus shit, right?
Like this is a book, so I'm sure the Oculus has that shit too. But like you feel like you're doing it, and that's fucking crazy to me. Like no matter how wild life gets, the fact that we can throw on a headset and be in another part of the planet, or even be in space, or be on Jupiter, or fucking Mars, or in a whole nother galaxy with some fucking wild octopus creature.
Dude,
like, that's crazy.
Life is a simulation. I firmly believe that this is a big simulation.
I don't know. Your fucking brain is an 8-pound ball of flesh driving a bone mech covered in muscle armor. Like that's crazy to me.
And the fact that we don't even have access, like consciously, to we don't even have access to half of our brain.
I've heard so many fucking things about that. I'm no neuroscientist, so I can't speak on it. But we find fucking new things about the brain every day, so it wouldn't surprise me. I read something the other day that said that consciously we can access a whole nother fucking dimension. That's fucking crazy. And I heard some shit. This kind of goes into the psychedelic drugs that I love talking about. I heard some shit on, I think it was on Joe Rogan. Or it was fucking with Duncan Trussell or somebody like that. And he was talking about what if when you take acid, right? A lot of people do. They're microdosing or whatever the fuck else it is with shrooms or DMT or peyote or whatever they're doing. They take these things and they're wondering if that's not a whole nother fucking dimension that you're just open to now. Like, yeah, you see fucking some crazy colors and textures that you wouldn't normally see. What if that's just you fucking, with your fucking...
Your third eye?
Consciousness, yeah, your third eye or some shit just stepped into another place. And you're, what is it called? Astral projection? You're just in that place, just not physically.
That's just like lucid dreaming? Like when people are having lucid dreams?
Well, lucid dreaming is the ability to control your dream. Like, realize you're dreaming and control it. Yeah. Which I've done it quite a few times, and I love doing it. But you gotta really want to do that.
She kind of worries me, I'm not even gonna lie. Too much.
Lucid dreaming?
Too much for my brain to comprehend.
Whoa!
I'm over here like. What's
Start
that?
melting like the fucking Indiana Jones character.
What's that episode from SpongeBob where it's like inside Patrick's brain and it's just all the short fuses and like the.
What?
You never seen that shit where they went like.
Dude, I'm 21. I stopped watching SpongeBob a long
Well,
time
no,
ago.
it's like the shorted wires and it's just like.
No, I've never seen that.
And then
but,
Patrick's
you know,
just sitting there and he's like.
Yeah, that's Patrick usually. So.
Honestly, that's how I feel all the time.
I don't know, man. Like I'd love to do peyote. I really would. Peyote and fucking acid again, and fucking shrooms and DMT. All those psychedelic drugs really fascinate me because, like, where are those visions coming from? Yeah, you can hallucinate, but like, where do those hallucinations come from? Is interesting to me. Because is it just your imagination? Because I can imagine there's a fucking big ass spider on the wall right now, and I'm sober for the most part.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. So what I was reading something else. They said that mathematically there is 11 other dimensions that they can prove mathematically. And like, it wouldn't be too far fetched to think, somewhere in the universe, this ever expanding fucking extensive space, there's somewhere where they figured that shit out, and they come and go from our world all the time. They're just like, hey, surprise.
I don't disagree with that. I mean,
Is it too far fetched to believe? No.
No, because I mean, you got to think we're one planet among what we know as infinite planets. Because we don't even have the technology necessarily. I mean, yeah, they've been able to get a glimpse of different galaxies. But we've never been able to actually enter into those galaxies.
Dude, imagine being a part of the first. I firmly believe we're gonna figure out like deep space travel within our lifetimes, because we're already working to get to Mars, and that's already a feat.
But you gotta think though, like Mars is what? I wonder. Maybe you could look it up. How long it took for that rover to get to Mars?
What's the rover's name? I remember when it died.
What was it?
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I gotta look up its words because it was actually kind of sad.
But I mean, you gotta think though, for something to like, I was watching I think it was a documentary last night. I ended up falling asleep, but I mean,
7 months.
7 months to get to Mars. You gotta think.
I mean, a mission on the ISS is like 5 months.
Yeah, but I mean, you gotta think to get to another galaxy. Like the show I was watching last night, it was like they launched a satellite / camera thing back in 2000, and it's not gonna reach the end of our own solar system before their lifetime is over.
Oh no! They did that shit back in the fucking like 80s. They did it a long time ago.
I mean, that shit's still floating out there. And
it made it.
It made it?
Yeah, because I remember I was in like middle school when it made it, and I was fucking pumped because they took pictures of Pluto, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, Pluto! It's a planet." But it's not. I remember when that shit happened too. Fuck everybody else.
I mean, that's just like. Then you could break it down like
the moon's a planet.
What is it? The black hole is like the only black hole that we can see is like in our. Towards the end of our galaxy or Milky Way or some shit.
Yeah, it's at the center or some shit. I don't know if we can see that one.
How does that shit work? How is there a vacuum in space that sucks shit into it?
It's not a vacuum. It's a gravitational pull. So it's a lot like the gravitational pull at the core of the Earth, right?
But what's making that
It's
pull?
just so it's a collapsed star. When I obviously I'm not a fucking anything to do with space. Actually, I'm not an engineer. I don't know very much, but I understand that what creates a black hole is this intense gravitational pull, so intense that it can suck in light. That's why it's black, and that's why it's so void of any color, is because it's just fucking empty.
Yeah.
But like,
but you gotta think, what is beyond that black hole?
Dude, I'd love to find out. Let's see. This is what I was looking at. Take two. If I could fucking type with one hand, I could.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, there's an infinite amount of life figures. You know, not necessarily in our galaxy or our Milky Way, or whatever, but in the infinite amount that are across the entire universe. I mean, the universe is a canvas for anything, in my opinion. You know.
Maybe I was wrong. Okay, so let's see.
30,000 years to fly beyond. What does that say?
Beyond it, so it says the Voyager 1, which it's already past Pluto. I know that, but I've neglected to think that our solar system goes beyond that. It says 2012. Much of interstellar space is actually inside our solar system. It will take about 300 years for Voyager 1 to reach the inner edge of the Oort cloud, and possibly about 30,000 years to fly beyond it. I don't know what the Oort cloud is though, so I can't.
Look it up. What is the Oort cloud? I'm curious.
I just fucking copy and paste this.
I swear to God, like this shit, like talking about the solar system and things like that. Like, do I think that fucking aliens or these big green people? Hell no.
I feel like they look like us. Like they're just like people.
Oh, 100%. I mean...
So it says, the Oort cloud, first described in 1950 by Dutch astronomer Jan Oort, is theoretical cloud of predominantly icy what does that say? Planetesimals proposed to surround the sun at a distance ranging from 2,000 to 200,000 AU. So that's 0.03 to 3.2 light years.
And a light year is how many years?
Like how many regular years?
Yeah.
Let's look that up.
Because I mean, I've seen some stuff that says like stars that have died like 10,000 years ago, we're still seeing the light from.
Year. Yo, yeah, no, that shit happens all the time.
Yeah.
They see stars go out, and they're like, oh shit, that thing died like fucking 50,000 years ago.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. So let's see. It says in a vacuum, light travels about really fucking fast. To find the distance of a light year, you multiply this speed by the number of hours in a year. The result: 1 light year equals.
Holy
that's
shit.
A big fucking number. What is that? Trillion?
What is there? How many?
Oh, that's miles. Okay, I was like, what the fuck? So. To travel 1 light year, if we hopped, yeah, I can't fucking read. If we hopped aboard the space shuttle Discovery, which can travel 5 miles a second, it would take us about 37,200 years to go 1 light year.
That's insane.
Whoa! But it says, 1 light year is about 5,878,625,370,000 miles.
That's fucking insane.
Imagine, I'm not fucking too uncertain. They haven't figured out how to travel that fast yet. Like, why, how fucking would it not be possible?
I mean...
We could get out of the solar system in 3.2 years. Fuck this place. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, but you gotta think, I mean...
There's physical constraints.
Yeah, if you're traveling at the speed of light, your entire body would age... What is it, 37,000 years in a matter of seconds?
I don't know if that's how it works, man, because, I mean, obviously they're movies, but you look at like, what is it, Interstellar? It's a movie with fucking Matthew McConaughey, right?
Yeah.
They go into space, and for every fucking, what was it, like second that passed, there's a click, and you can hear it in the movie, it clicks. And it's through this entire scene, but that's 1 day on Earth. So 7 seconds is 1 day.
Yeah.
So technically speaking, like if you think about it, if you're traveling at the speed of light and you go to the edge of the galaxy and back, 6.5 years. So what is that? It said it's a theoretical cloud between 0.03 and 3.2. Yeah. So if you went to the edge of the Oort cloud, right?
Yeah.
And you came back, that's 7 years, we'll say. The Earth is way older than that by that time, because you're moving at the speed of light.
That equates to 2,555 days in 7 seconds or some shit like that, right?
Dude, I don't know. I'm not a mathematician.
Wait, hold on. So what? Run those numbers by me again.
All right. So you're moving at the speed of light, right? And you go 7 years there and back. That's round trip.
Yeah.
you're moving at, what was it, 5 trillion miles for 1 light year? So that's what, 5 trillion, say 5 trillion times 7? That's for fucking distance. What am I talking about? Let's see. I don't know how you do the math. Because you're moving so fucking fast, your body wouldn't feel it, though, because there's no fucking particles in space for your body to feel resistance, I feel like.
Well, yeah.
But I feel like as soon as you go 1 mile above, you fucking time travel. I feel like that's what unlocks it. Like, as soon as you fucking pass the speed of light, boom, you're in another timeline.
Yeah, I mean, is what comes first? Traveling at the speed of light, is that faster than the speed of time?
I don't know, dude. What do I look like?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I wake up in the morning, I look like Einstein, but I'm not. My shit's fucking standing straight up.
I look like Einstein, but I feel like Beetlejuice.
That's pretty funny. I'll have to write that down. So that was really funny. Yeah, man, dude, it fucking boggles my mind, and I'd love to, if I got to this podcast in a couple years at the same level, or even like where Joe Rogan was a couple years ago, and you got the chance to interview like Neil deGrasse Tyson or some kind of astrologist, dude, those are the questions I'd be asking. Like, hey, what happens when the human body travels at the speed of light? Because we know what happens when it travels at the speed of sound inside our atmosphere. But they're traveling at the speed of sound in space.
Right.
Let's see. The ISS is orbiting Earth how fast? I'm curious. How fast?
I'm assuming it's going to be a couple thousand miles per hour.
It's 4.76 miles a second. So what? There's fucking. Where's my phone? I'll fucking do this math real quick. Let's see. It's moving 4.7 miles a second, and there's 60 seconds. 60 times 4.7.
793
times 60 equals. So there's 60 minutes. That's 17,136 miles an hour. Yeah, 17,000. What? That's fucking way above the speed of sound. Speed of sound's like 600 miles an hour.
Right, because the International Space Station, it revolves around the Earth once every single day.
Yeah.
So
dude, it's fucking cooking.
It is cooking.
But they don't feel that. They're just floating around.
That's just the same with us on Earth, though. Like,
we don't feel the Earth rotating at fucking millions of miles an hour.
Which is insane to think. Like,
that is wild, right? Like, we're just stuck here. We're not flying out.
Now imagine if you were able to go into space, right? And the ISS was able to stay stationary, and you could see how fast the Earth was fucking spinning.
That'd be fucking crazy, right?
That would be insane.
That'd be insane. So I know the reason we don't see the dark side of the moon is it orbits at the same speed it spins.
Yeah.
So as it's orbiting, it just fucking, you see the same side. Or it's fucking, during the day, we would see the dark side, right? And then at night we would see the light side. So you don't ever fucking see it, because when it's facing you, it's during the day.
Right, because the sun's...
That's crazy to me.
Overtaking it.
That's wild.
So the reason why we see the moon at night is because the sun's hitting it.
My favorite thing, I'm not gonna lie, my favorite thing used to be getting really fucking high and then thinking about this shit. Oh. Like, you can come up with so many fucking answers. By no means are they right, but they're answers.
Like, what?
You fucking...
Tell me how, obviously you're not going to be able to tell me, because I don't think anybody knows. I think only our creator knows, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But tell me how the moon got there. Like, what the hell?
Well, they have ideas. There was a... What was I fucking reading? It's like a giant asteroid fucking got hit by a giant fucking asteroid, or the Earth got hit by a giant asteroid, and it dislodged this fucking chunk of mass, and it just formed the moon. But that's kind of a boring fucking.
But you gotta think though, if obviously right. Space, right? Something you throw a baseball in space, that baseball is gonna fucking keep traveling for infinite time, right?
Yeah.
Until it hits something.
Well, that's
if an asteroid were to hit Earth, flat on, and knock a chunk of Earth off, you would think that chunk of Earth would travel in whatever direction that
got caught in the orbit
forever. But.
Eventually that baseball you're talking about is going to orbit something. And since it doesn't have enough pull from something else, it's just going to crash that planet as soon as it starts orbiting.
But the whole like circumstance of something orbiting, right?
Yeah.
There has to be something circular. So is Earth, or not Earth, sorry, is the solar system a circle? Because our entire planetary system orbits around the sun, right?
Yeah.
But what is beyond that sun? Because the sun is definitely got to be
just a giant fucking sphere. I gotta fucking get that picture back.
Because it's got to be revolving around something. You know what I mean?
This is the picture that kind of fucks me up. This one right here. And I'm fucking my laptop's kind of away. This fucking we're just a giant sphere. What the fuck? No, we're not. There's no way.
But I mean,
that would make sense.
People have made, there's definitely been some sort of, scientific proposal about
What's
that.
wild to me is that nothing in nature at all, not space, not on Earth, anywhere, is perfectly round. Like the Earth isn't. It's fucking like oblong shit.
Yeah.
It looks weird. When you see a real picture, like obviously you can't see it from the pictures they take from space. I don't know why, a fucking doctor to make it look more round or some shit. But it's actually fucking like not circular completely.
Yeah.
Because we've got fucking giant Mount Everest mountains sticking out places and fucking deep ass trenches in other places. Why? I don't know, man. Orbits aren't fucking round either.
Yeah.
They're fucked up and kind of weird. Like the orbit between Neptune and Pluto actually overlap and they fucking cross. Okay. So at some points, Pluto isn't the farthest planet out.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, right? Or is it Uranus? Uranus. Sorry.
You ever wondered whether or not? All right, so like the sun is technically a star, right?
Yeah.
You gotta wonder if there's like an astronomer on like in a total different solar system
looking at our sun. Dude, I'm guaranteed there is. That's fucking crazy, but I guarantee there is. I guarantee somewhere. So you gotta think. There's no way that everyone in. There's no way that everyone in every single galaxy is the same, right? There's no way.
No.
Some have to be like nitrogen based, like we're carbon based life forms. Maybe they're nitrogen based or they're fucking oxygen based. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I don't know. But they're what's to say that they're as advanced? I guarantee there is some that are advanced because we see fucking spaceships. Mm-hmm. Like they gotta be that advanced. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But there's probably some that are just figuring out, fucking telescopes. They're just seeing us.
Yeah.
And they're just now realizing, oh shit, we're not alone. There's no way we are.
I don't disagree.
What do you think the first person to think that shit was? Like, how do you think he reacted? Like, oh fuck, we're not alone.
To be honest,
do you think he panicked?
Yes,
I would. I panicked now.
But going back in history, like Galileo Galilei, he was thrown in prison for discovering
crazy,
shit.
Right? I guarantee the first dude to be like, oh shit, there's other planets. What if there's other fucking like people?
Yeah.
He was probably like, I gotta keep that shit to myself. I gotta keep quiet.
Yeah, he was imprisoned by like the Catholics because he discovered that there was other planets.
Christianity is weird, right?
Oh, 100%.
Dude, I wear a cross every day. 100% faithful. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ. But like some of the stories, you're like, bitch, really? Like I have my doubts. And then there's a word for the way I believe in Christianity. And it's I don't remember the exact word, but it's not atheism because I obviously have faith and I have my beliefs. I just don't think that everything they're telling you is meant to be taken literally. And I have my doubts about certain things. Like, so for example, I talk about this sometimes. The story of Noah's Ark, right? We look at, I think it's the Mediterranean Sea. Wasn't there a few thousand years ago. Mm-hmm. So it's very, very possible. A lot of these stories obviously originate in the Middle East too, which is a fucking Bible Belt, right? Of the earth, not of the United States.
Yeah.
But a lot of these stories originate there, and it's not too far-fetched to believe that someone at some point saw that the ocean was rising. The ocean's getting, fucking 10 years ago it was way the fuck out of there, and now it's right here? Like, what the fuck's going on? it's not too far-fetched to think that they thought, oh shit, it's flooding, and some dude built a boat. Like, it's not that crazy. But do I think that within the amount of time that the Bible says that the earth was flooded and everybody died except for everybody on Noah's Ark? No, there's no way.
Yeah,
And there's fishermen. The only other part of that story that I'm like, bitch, really? Is, there's fishermen. Everybody has access to a boat somewhere. Not that many people died, if you really think about it. Like, everybody was like, oh shit, get in the boat! And they got in the boat.
See, I think the strongest thing that comes into faith is if you doubt your faith, then you have some sort of belief in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no.
Because you could, just like, you never believe everything that you read, That's why you gotta kind of have, like, that level of faith in it. I don't, not to say that it didn't happen. Who knows, it could have.
Yeah.
I'll never know,
I wasn't there. I don't know.
But
who's to say that these aren't just stories to teach you lessons? Like, hey, don't be a fucking dickhead.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know, you go back, like, how do we know that man was created from, clay?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean,
and woman was created from, the ribs of the man.
Yeah.
I
think that's just honestly, what I believe. Honestly, think that was just a way of saying, hey, like, you're the same. You're the same fucking thing.
Well, yeah, but you gotta think, like, all right, so there's no way that us humans developed from fucking microorganisms. There's no fucking way.
You don't think so?
No fucking way in hell.
I do.
That's like saying coronavirus can turn into a person in a million years.
Well, it's not the same thing. It's a virus. We're talking about microorganisms against viruses, right?
So you think in 2 billion years that a piece of plankton could develop into a fucking actual walking fucking
it can evolve, man.
being?
Yeah.
I find that hard to believe.
The thoughts behind that are they're fairly simple. The thought is you're faced with a certain environment, right? A couple thousand years ago, we weren't as tall as we are now. People as a whole were shorter. And that's where the thought that Vikings were these giants comes from, right? Because they were 6 foot.
Yeah.
Everybody else was like 5 foot. So they were like, holy shit, these fucking people are huge. And that's where you thought, like, oh, these massive men. No, they're just people. By our standards, they're normal.
Yeah.
But they weren't at the time. So, like, the ability of an organism to adapt to its environment is interesting. But you see that, and that's the idea behind evolution. So you have this certain organism, right? So we start as protozoa. We're just living in the ocean, doing whatever the fuck protozoa do, just reproducing. And they're faced with this overpopulation, a lot like people are now. They start getting too packed. There's too many in one space, so they gotta diversify to live in another environment. Yeah. And once they do that, they're gonna change. These protozoa are no longer going to be the same thing as they were before. They're a whole nother subspecies.
Yeah.
And as that keeps happening, they keep evolving. Who knows? Who's to say that didn't involve changing into a fish? And then that fish was like, yo, fuck this shit. I'm trying to get away from predators. I got to go on land. And then they did, and they formed legs and lungs, a lot like the mudkip does. The mudkip can fucking get up on land, right? It's a fish. And people are like, what the fuck is that thing? It looks kind of crazy, too.
All right, but to take it out of a little bit of perspective, right?
Yeah.
So, evolution, in science terms, like getting off of the religion aspect of it, right? In science terms, everything happened because of the Big Bang Theory, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck caused the Big Bang Theory?
Dude, that's a whole other thing, man. I don't even know.
Something or someone had to have fucking caused that shit.
Let's save that for next week, and we'll talk about that shit again. But, dude, that's a good one. I want to talk about that. Just space in general. We'll talk about space next time.
Space is endless conversation because it's endless space.
I could talk about that for hours.
For real.
But we're going to go ahead and wrap this week up. Thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe. Leave me a comment what you want to hear. Hit me up on Facebook. It's just Carson Benedict. Twitter, I don't know, I think it's Carson-Benedict or some shit. I don't know. You'll find me. I'm the goofy-looking motherfucker in the cowboy hat, probably. But hit me up. Let me know what you want to hear about. Like, subscribe. We'll see you next week.